Bobby, you've been dreaming again.
Still don't know what it is or where it comes from, but there's something there. Where'd you see all this, Bobby?
Transmitting live from Planet X. Welcome to the Live from Planet X podcast, where we talk hip-hop and all things strange and paranormal. I'm your host, the Planet X ambassador, Zaire. Tonight's guest is none other than the Ybor City Phantom Prossess. So get yourself a cup of joe, grab something to smoke, kick back, do whatever you gotta do. But keep it locked to the Live from Planet X podcast. Let's go. Planet X special mix. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Live from Planet X podcast. On today's show, we have the underground hip-hop sensation, Prossess. Prossess, what up?
Yo, peace, what's cracking?
Cracking, man. Just chilling on Planet X, man. Live from Planet X podcast, and I thank you for being with us tonight. We get to chop it up, talk some hip-hop, talk some...
That you played, man, that shit was slapping.
Haha, true. Yo, I'll send you that mug. You can rock to that mug if you want. I'll send you the instrumental.
Who rapped on it already? Anybody?
Ain't nobody rapped on that yet.
Alright, then we can do that, man.
Word up. I'll send you the instrumental. You get busy to it. Ain't nobody rapped on it.
Who made the beat?
I made that beat.
That's you?
I made that, yeah. I be making beats, man.
That's what's up. That beat was fresh, man.
Alright, I'm gonna send it to you now. Now I'm 100% gonna send it to you. Since you feeling like that, I'm gonna let you really listen to it.
There we go, man.
How it sound?
We already doing business right now. Hey, yo, anybody listening? This is business right now. Mind your business, man. Like my new album, Nunya Bidniz.
Nunya Bidniz. Word up. Let the people know about Nunya Bidniz. You could tell them about any producers on there, any features.
Well, my dude, alright, so I linked up with my dude Ransom from the UK, and so me and him he did some beats for me on my previous album called Ybor City Phantom.
True.
And he gave me the beats for the joints I got with Sean Price, rest in peace, Sean Price.
R.I.P.
Everyone say, when I say R.I., y'all say P.
P.
Yeah, man, rest in peace, Sean Price. So he gave me the beat for the joint that I was blessed enough to do with Sean Price. You know what I mean? And then he also did the beat for that I did with Keith Murray and LOG and Planet Asia as well. You know what I mean? So he was hyped on that, man. That's my dude, Ransom. He was hyped. He's like, yo, let's make a whole album together. I was like, all right, let's make a whole album. Let's go. So then this dude is a genius Beatmaker, man. I don't know how many beats he's even got in his arsenal, but every single beat he was firing at me, I loved every single one, man. And he just kept shooting more at me, like, yo, you want another beat, man? I got you. Don't worry about it. He's like, yo, I just made one. You want another beat? I'm like, yo, the album was supposed to be like 10 or 11 tracks, and it ended up being like 21 tracks. So do the math.
Dope, man. You got a lot of nice features on. You got some big name people on there. That's dope, man.
Yo, that's word, man. We got fucking by the way, can we curse?
Yeah.
We can fucking curse on your fucking show?
Yeah, son. Yeah.
Yo, so we got Illa G on the joint. Shout out Illa G.
Big up Illa G.
Bacon.
Word.
Shout out Rusty Jukes. Rusty Jukes is on the joint.
Dope artist.
Shout out Stuck B.
Word up, Stuck B. Salute.
Me and Stuck B is working on a little something, you know what I mean? We ain't talking about it yet, though, but we're going to do another interview for that.
True. All right. Well, yo, shoot. Go ahead. My bad.
For now, all you need to know, me and Stuck B, as of right now, this is my latest music video for the joint we have called Bimbos, Punks, and Assholes.
True.
And the chorus be like this. Pretentious propositions, popping Glocks, the blocks is whistling, listening, launch out of a Luga to get Jenny 10. Sizzle time and chatter, tucking Thompson chapels. Trample the trying, triple the Bimbos, Punks, and Assholes.
True.
Basically, that's me talking about the mindset of the corporate, the bullshit, the stupid people who are basically trying to take beautiful communities full of humans and triple them into being pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't expect everyone when they listen to the song to get that. That's just gonna go over their heads. But if you really listen to my lyrics, you're gonna understand that. You know what I mean?
True that. Well, yo, man, that's dope, man. But yo, let's take it back. Let's take it back to the beginning. Tell me about when you first decided, yo, I want to MC. What was that spark that happened that made you want to start rapping?
Yo, I used to fucking make beats, man. And I started making beats because I used to I used to watch skate videos because I used to skateboard. Me and my mans, rest in peace, the Spliff Scientist, who I grew up with. That was my boy, my best friend growing up.
True that.
We used to watch skate videos and we would hear things like Primo, DJ Premier. We would hear like his Gangstar group playing in skate videos. We would hear like Delta Funky, Homo Sapien, and High Road, Souls of Mischief, that whole crew,
right,
and skate videos. And you know what I mean? I was in Tampa. It's very prevalent for the skateboard contests, the Tampa Am, the Tampa Pro. So even when we would go to those, they were playing real hip hop for the skaters while they're skating their things. And for us, we saw them as like they were like gods to us. Those pro skaters, man, that's what we wanted to be. And so their music selection, we were listening to that, and we're like, so where did they find out about this? Because we're in Tampa, we're not in New York, but we was getting all this New York and West Coast music that we ain't never heard. So as time goes by and my skateboarding career doesn't work out, you know what I mean, due to some injuries and all that, what you think I fell on when I started making beats, man? Because my man, the Spliff Scientist, he rapped. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make some beats. I saved up all summer. I remember when I'm like 16 years old, saved up all summer for a Kai MPC 1000. It cost me like $1,000 or whatever. So I copped that. Started making some beats. I got a standing T90 turntable that I just sampled records with. I would go to the record store and I would just buy whatever is in the budget section that looked cool for 99 cents. I would take that, sample it in, make a beat out of it, and I started cranking beats out. And then me and my man, the Spliff Scientist, like, we were supposed to like do an album with just him, and then he taking too long. He was a little bit of a procrastinator. So I was like, yo, man, you're taking too long. I'm gonna rap on this song. And he's like, well, you don't even rap. I was like, you don't think I can do that? I bet I could do that. So then I started rapping too. That's when I started rapping. And I was like 17 years old at that point. You know what I mean? So that's how I started rapping.
Dope, man. Yo, you got a very unique voice and a very unique flow. It really sticks out, man. And like, I just watched that video that you sent me through Instagram. Talking
about the bimbos, punks, and assholes.
Right. I just watched that video and I was like, yo, this man is spit, yo. And the video was shot dope too. Dope editing. The beat was ill. Word. The rhymes was ill.
I edited the video, man. And I have my people filming me too. Actually, my manager at the time, he was filming that with my camera, and then I edited it too. I do music videos, so if anybody out there, if you got someone who can film you with an iPhone 11 or whatever, and just send me the footage, I can edit you a video similar to that if that's what you're looking for, you know what I mean?
That's what's up. I will definitely be getting at you towards that, man, for real. Me and V Sharp, my rhyme partner, we've been planning on shooting some new stuff soon. And yeah, man, I'll definitely take you up on that, yo.
That's what's up. Let me know.
And of course, I'm gonna put your links and everything in the description for the YouTube video. And yeah, man. And yo, I know you up in New York right now, and it's all across the country right now. Everybody's bugging out. How's the hip hop scene up there interacting or reacting from this coronavirus?
Oh man, well I'll tell you what, man, I don't know, cause on Wednesday I celebrated my birthday. This was like my birthday's today. I celebrated on Wednesday. Shout out to Doc Ock and DJ Toshi at the Delancey. They do Rock the House every Wednesday. It's a free event, and you always have some fire Brooklyn rappers like Rusty Jukes goes there, Illa G goes there. A lot of people you find on my albums go there. You know what I mean? And much more than that too. Tragedy Gaddafi doing a show next week. And it's free, man. You don't have to pay nothing, man. So if you're in New York and you're here on a Wednesday, shout out Doc Ock and DJ Toshi, man. They really hold it down.
Yeah, word up. Big up DJ Toshi, man. I heard he makes some dope beats.
Yo, Toshi's the man, though. The Japanese dude with the fucking plan, though, for real. He's a good dude. He loves hip-hop. He loves hip-hop probably more than anybody I've ever met in my life, man. That's the number one dude right there.
True.
And Doc Ock, man, yo, if you know them, you know that their life ain't easy, man. But they making it easy for local, real artists like myself to have a platform, man. And that's so important, man. I've been around all of New York looking for a spot. Do they have a Harlem place like this? Do they have a Queens place like this? Do they have a Bronx place like this? Nowhere else in New York got a place like DJ Toshi and Doc Ock does, you know what I mean?
Word up. Big up Brooklyn.
So if you come to New York, that should be your first go-to.
Word up. That's in Brooklyn, right?
Nah, it's actually right next to Brooklyn on the Williamsburg Bridge, right in Lower East Side Manhattan, right off of Delancey Street. It's an actual venue called The Delancey. The
Delancey, right. I heard of that. Never been there, but I have heard of that. I've seen
it's nice.
Bunch of cats rock there.
Got a few different stages, but it's definitely a personal type of scene, you know what I mean?
True. Well, shoot, Prossess, you know you on the Live from Planet X podcast where we talk hip-hop and all things strange and paranormal. So I got to hit you with a paranormal question, yo. Have you ever seen anything, or have you had any strange or paranormal experiences?
Well, you talking about women right now? Why is that funny, man? That could be true right there, man.
Yeah, it's just a question. I'm just asking.
I seen some chick. I've been with a chick before a long time ago, and she told me when I'm on the phone with her that there was an alien standing next to her. She was paralyzed. She couldn't move, which sounds like sleep paralysis. But she was on the phone with me. That's the only thing. So that's not sleep paralysis. That's you know what I mean.
What? Damn.
So now she could have just been crazy, but I know her and she never lies too much like that. So it was weird to me that this was happening.
Did she describe it?
She did. It was like a lizard being, and it was standing next to her, staring down at her while she was talking on the phone with me, and that's what she said.
Damn.
Now I don't know if that's what happened, but what I do know is that that's what she told me.
Interesting. What's your take? Do you think aliens, UFOs, extraterrestrials? You think it's possibility they do be coming to Earth and visiting people, abducting people, doing experiments, whatever stuff like that?
Well, let me ask you this: what do you think that the dolphins would tell you?
The dolphins would be like.
What do you think that the fish would tell you? We are the aliens.
True.
So how is it weird that it wouldn't be the other way around anywhere? You know what I mean? Look at it. Dolphins are smart. Dolphins communicate with each other. They've been around longer than us.
Yep.
Dolphins get pulled up out the ocean, their habitat, pulled up out the ocean like you're being beamed up into a UFO. And they get taken and eaten by these things that they don't know, and they can't go and find out about these things because they can't go into their habitat. Now, how is that different than aliens, what we call so-called aliens, interacting with us?
Right. Very interesting. That's a very interesting take on that. So, man, let me ask you, as a fellow artist, what do you do to get in the zone? Like when it's time to sit down and write to a beat, or like what's your process? What's the process for Prossess?
Oh, you talking about what's my favorite beat?
No, I'm talking about like when you get ready to write, when you're creating, what do you do to get in the mood to create?
Well, first of all, the beat gotta be fire. If it's not fire, I'm at the point now where if it's not fire, I don't spit over that. I'm lucky. I don't have to jack beats. I never actually ever jacked a beat in my entire career. I've always worked with, granted, my old stuff didn't always have the best beats, but the people who made those beats love hip hop. That's my old stuff. Now I'm at the point now where I can be picky, choosy, and I can get the best beats that no one's ever rapped over, ever. And I can be picky, you know what I mean?
True.
But, so if the first thing that I do is listen to that beat that is already talking to me, and the whole song already writes itself at that point, you know what I mean? But
true.
You have to have a good taste in beats to be able to get that to happen to you. You know what I mean? You have to have a good flavor for it. You know what I mean?
Right. Who are some of the artists who you haven't worked with yet that you would love to work with?
That's a funny question, man. I'm definitely about to try to be getting a Primo beat, man. Cause I'm right here. I ran across Primo a few times. One time he was behind me at the bodega. You know what I mean? I mean, this is New York, man. There's a lot of people that you can just run across. So, but yeah, definitely want to work with Primo, DJ Premier, you know what I mean? Just because he's a big staple in hip hop, you know what I mean? And rest in peace, Guru, you know what I mean?
And he makes some dope ass beats.
And his beats are fire, man. Yeah, he has some of the most iconic beats in the real hip hop world, you know what I mean?
True.
So yeah, man, that's definitely on my hit list of beat makers to do a joint with, man, you know what I mean?
Dope. I wish you all the best with that.
Aside from that, bro, I'm really happy with my current beat maker, Ransom knows. He really throws it down, man, and I have no complaints about this guy. And I know he has so much fire beats that he has. And he just works with me in a great way where he makes sure I'm comfortable with what he sends me and everything. So that's why we have a group together. And actually, my last album, Nunya Bidniz, is actually the beginning of our group right there, because that's our first joint collab album. And then my next album I'm doing is actually with another Emcee who I'm not going to release the name yet until we have a release date for the album, and DJ too, who is going to be doing some cuts. Now, Ransom Notes does cuts as well, but it's going to be, and the other DJ does beats as well. So technically, this group that we're starting is going to have 2 beat makers and 2 DJs. Really 2 people that both do cuts and both do beats.
That's
and then
dope.
It's going to be me and another rapper who I'm yet to announce until everything's official and put down and everything. You know what I mean?
True that.
And so I start my promo campaign for it, but I'm just letting you know we cooking it up right now. And we've actually been cooking it up for about a couple years now. So yeah, we have everything we need, and we have all the beats and everything, and we have everything we need. We're set up. We're recording at DJ J Ronan's studio in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's gonna be fire, man. It's gonna be like a duo back and forth thing where I'm rapping a couple bars or a bar, and then the other MC rap that, and we're going back and forth. There's gonna be some fire competition who can spit better type of album, you know what I mean?
That's dope, man. Yo, do you have any upcoming shows lined up soon? Got anything in the works?
Right now, the only thing that I have lined up is we're planning some trips back down to Florida.
Right. I remember you was telling about the little mini tour you guys are gonna do, like a little tour.
Yeah, well, I'm talking with one person about doing a Tampa Orlando thing. It's not set in stone at the moment. That's why I'm hesitant to drop the name and all that. But it's definitely, he did it before a bunch of times and everything, and he said he's gonna bring me down there with him and all that. You know what I mean? So stay tuned. And then me and my DJ Polarity is gonna we're planning a little East Coast trip. If it's not this summer, it's gonna be in the winter time, but we're definitely gonna hit like Boston, Philly, do a couple New York shows involved with the promotion of it, down to like North Carolina and anywhere that we can get to, down to Florida, and I want to hit Louisiana as well because I've never been there yet, even though I lived in Tampa for most of my life. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're gonna show the whole East Coast love, man. So we want to do a show. If you're on the East Coast, we want to do a show where you're at, man. We don't care how small, how big, we don't care. We're gonna go and we're gonna do that, and we're gonna tear it down, and we're gonna chill, and we're gonna politic with anybody who has a hip hop scene in their community. So holler at us if you're listening and you want us to perform. We're gonna go down there, we're gonna tear it up, and we're gonna have a good ass time, man. It's gonna be real hip hop, and that's it.
Dope, man. So let me ask you this, yo. If you weren't doing hip hop, if you weren't spitting, making beats, what do you think Prossess would be doing right now?
Might be dead. Yeah, man. Hip hop is something I grew up with that can be a father figure to a point where it can teach you what you need to know in times of need, man. If you listen to the right hip hop, it could be life changing if you're in a certain position of your life. You know what I mean? Like I haven't always been on the come up type of mode. Like I've been in spots where I felt like I'm doing nothing, going nowhere, and I'm doing things that is stupid, really. And then as I'm grown up now, you know, I'm more grown up now. I'm looking back, I'm like, yo, I can't believe I was doing that. I should have been focusing my talent and so that I can achieve something, because at that point, especially at my age back then, I had a lot more time than especially that I do now. But that's also when you're also most vulnerable to feeling helpless and feeling like you don't have nothing and there's nothing. You know, you feel lost. A lot of young kids, they tend to feel lost.
Really?
But that's the time. That's usually the time when you have the most time. That's why they say your whole life is ahead of you. But you can't say that, because to a young kid, you're just gonna think that that's an old person saying that. You know what I mean? But if you're a younger person and you can actually gain that focus to start projecting how you're feeling into what you want to do at that age, and you focus and you really put your all into it, that's who are the people who actually make it and actually do something and actually get there. You know what I mean? And all the people who don't do that are the people who struggle through the whole life and blame life for where they're at instead of blaming themselves, because they didn't put the hustle in, they didn't do the work, they didn't take the time, they play video games all day, they didn't do what they're supposed to do to get to where they wanted to be.
Right.
So when an older person say you got your whole life ahead of you, they're not saying that to criticize. They're not saying that to make them feel like they're not doing enough. What they're telling them is that you got time right now. I'm not talking about your whole life. That's kind of put a lot of pressure on you when they say that. But what they're saying is you got time to do the steps in which you need to do to maneuver yourself in the position to be in the right place at the right time with the right people. And that's the combination that you need in order to gain success.
Word up, man. You know, that is so true. And yeah, hip hop has definitely saved a lot of people from going down the wrong path. And I think hip hop doesn't get that respect enough, you know, from the average people.
Because we're talking about white people.
No, not even white people. Just people in general. Like a lot of media, you know, they always try to shine the bad light. They don't show the good.
White America. Let's just be honest. White America. But it's because of the corporate, you know, the mainstream or the record labels back in the day. They took from what it used to be: peace, love, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, hard work, having fun, unity, and they took it from that and they say rap, sex, guns, violence,
right?
All this. They're like, yo, does peace sell? No. Does unity sell? No. Does guns sell? Yeah, guns sell. Does sex sell? Yeah, sex sells. So this new music, we're gonna take it and we're gonna give these people money who are like the biggest ones, influencers. We're gonna give them enough money so they're cool with it, and then we're gonna take it and we're gonna make it about sex, drugs, rock and roll, basically. And it went from peace, love, and unity. And that's what happened to hip hop.
True that.
So
man.
when there's people who are thinking about hip hop in a negative way, it's because it got sold out mad early. And then plus there's people that are sitting there wanting to think about it in a negative way. They don't even want to give it a chance. So you have that, and then, you know, I mean, you have it's never one thing. It's a bunch of different things that happen over time. But yeah, basically in any music industry, man, you think rock and roll started with peace, love, and unity? I don't think so.
You know what, man? You know, big up on the video editing again, man. Like, that video was really clean, yo. Look, really, the fast chops and everything, great editing. Believe me, I do some editing myself, and I'm getting better at it. You know what I'm saying? But again, big up on the video editing tip. How did you get into the video editing? Did somebody teach you, or you self-taught?
Nah, self-taught, man. And too, that's all from skateboarding too, man. Because I used to have my friends used to edit videos when I'm a little teenager, and when they finally copped the VX, the Sony VX camera, they went from having like 10 friends, and I'm not talking about on Facebook, I'm talking about real life. Because at that point in time, there was no Facebook. There was only real life. So they went from having 10 friends, real life friends, which a lot of cats don't know about that nowadays, you know what I mean?
Right.
Real life friends, your people, to having like 100 real, quote unquote, real life friends. Might as well have been Facebook friends, but because they bought that camera, everyone wanted them to film them. So now everyone nice to them, everyone cool, they got real friends. But yeah, actually one of my homies actually had a VX, and I was already his friend, so he was starting to show me like the video editing software and stuff like that. And we used to get down like that back. We were trying to be professionals back then, be professional skateboarders. So we was at it. If you go back and look, you'd be like, man, these kids suck. But not to us. Back then, we were good. We were fire.
Yo, if somebody wanted to get a feature from you, what's the best way for them to try to contact you? Would it be through Facebook, Instagram, email, Twitter?
Yeah, you can hit me up on anything. I'm up on all my stuff. I'm just not on Twitter, but Instagram, Prossess813, Facebook. You can hit me on my personal page, Collin Prossess, COLLIN PROSSER. Or you can hit me up on my like page, Prossess Emcee Beatmaker CDSlanger. Or you can hit me my email. My email is prossess813@gmail.com. Just hit me up, man. It's easy to get at me, man. If you know who I am, you type my name in, and hit me even on YouTube, man. Hit me on my YouTube inbox. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna respond to you. And if you about that work and you have some bread, I'm not an expensive guy to work with. I'll do it, man, and I'll make sure that it comes out professional and genuine. And it's because you know why? Because I love what I do. I love hip hop. I love this, and I don't want it to be whack. I don't want to sell nobody out. I don't want it to be half-assed. I want it to be good. And that's the difference between me and the other cats who you're going to get videos from. You know what I mean?
True.
Verses from especially. I know a lot of people that sell verses, and they just write a half-assed verse because they're like, it ain't my album. Well, when I write a verse for you, first of all, I only do it if I think you're dope. If I don't think you're dope, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? Right. And if I do think you're dope, I'm gonna make sure that my verse is fire, because I don't want to sound whack on nobody's shit. You know what I mean?
True. Yo, and what was your introduction to the Tampa hip hop music scene?
I used to sell my CDs on the street for mad long before I even knew anybody in the Tampa scene, and that's kind of how I met everybody, because I always used to walk around Ybor City. And I used to be selling my CDs for like $5, or whatever you can afford, or whatever. That's how I actually paid my rent for like 4 years, man. Except I was mad skinny and I could barely afford ramen noodles, you know what I mean? But I was paying my rent doing that, man, which is hard to say, hard to do.
True.
So I was doing that, man, and I basically kind of met the whole Tampa music scene that I know from doing that in Ybor and all that. And then I met people who know people. I met DJ Sandman.
Right.
And
big up DJ Sandman.
Met Mike Mash. Shout out Mike Mash.
Shout out Mike Mash.
I met my producer, Profix and Nixon, who ended up recording like almost like, I think it was like 130 something songs for this project called The Big Fatty back when I was a youngster. You can check that out. It's definitely not as good as my newer stuff, but it's definitely, you can definitely see, like, if you listen to it, like, oh yeah, he got it. You know what I mean? A lot of people used to listen to my stuff and be like, you're gonna do something great. You know what I mean? So yeah.
True that. Yo, where does your influences come from? Is there any artists that you consider like really influenced you, or if any?
Yeah, definitely, man. Because I'll say from the whole skateboarding thing, you know, my favorite person to listen to at first was like Delta Funky Homo Sapien, because his voice was original sounding. You know what I mean? And after that, I just love people who have an original sounding voice that doesn't sound like nobody, but they can spit. Not like this weird stuff you hear and we're like, it's like, oh, they don't sound like nobody, and they can't rap either, though. That's the only problem. But yeah, You got people from my era where, and it's not even really my era because they're really from like the generation before me, but I'm listening to them and they have a voice like, you know what I mean? Like Onyx, like screaming. You know, I get my influence from that, from my rough side. I get my influence on my smooth side. I'm like a combination of smooth and rough. I'm like, that's where I get my West Coast smooth stuff from because actually Oakland, where Pyro and Souls of Mischief is all that, they kind of sound like they're from the South because when slavery was happening, a lot of slaves were put to Oakland, up to Northern California, and they went there to get away from slavery. You know what I mean? So that's why you hear those Northern Cali people kind of have a Southern accent. Now, granted, they take it and make it their own by now, and it's definitely not a Southern accent now, but you can hear the twang, and that's why. You know what I mean? So I always kind of felt like I related to that as a rapper or whatever, and that's why I like that. But then I like my New York sound too, you know what I mean? Or my Tampa sound or whatever you want to put it. Because if you know much about Tampa hip-hop came from New York anyways. Because New Yorkers came to Tampa and that was the hip-hop scene in Tampa, you know what I mean?
True.
A lot of people don't realize that there was no hip-hop scene in Tampa before that. For the most part, you know what I mean?
Yo.
But
where do you want to see Prossess 5 years from now? Where do you want to be at?
I want to be where y'all at, man. Wherever y'all at that's listening, y'all better bug me for some souls, man. I'm going to be right there with you, man. We going to be chilling. I'm going to be spitting some rhymes.
True that. Is there anything particular you want to get accomplished this year? 2020? I know you done already told me you got a lot going on, but it's like there anything like by the end of this year, what you want to have in the bag?
A year ago, my year, if I had like a year's resolution or whatever, it would just be so that I could be able to analyze myself better, step out of my box that I create, and step out and look at myself better, analyze myself better, make sure that I'm treating everyone around me better, and making sure that I'm progressing better, making the right connections with people, and keeping hip-hop what it's supposed to be, about peace, love, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, hard work, having fun, and unity, baby.
Haha, true that, man. Yo, I seen you with that pic with Kool Herc, man. That is some bucket list shit.
That's what's up.
What was it like me? What was it like me and him?
I met him like the first week I moved to New York, man, because I had the connects already. So my people was like, yeah, come to the park jam. Kool Herc gonna be up there. I was like, all right. So I went up there, and then at the end of the night, yo, we going out to eat at the diner and all that. We eating, Kool Herc chilling, rolling in the whip with us and all this, man. And I'm just sitting there thinking, man, I'm like, all my people in Tampa is gonna be so jealous about this. But Kool Herc, he keeps it real, man. Kool Herc really keeps it real. He's not afraid to be out in public. He goes around and he hangs out with people. He daps them up. I mean, he's a really cool dude. He's real hip hop right there. He's a good guy. People might be talking about him like he's trying to force them to. I heard rumors about him trying to like force you to give him money. So because none of that is true from my experience with Kool Herc. Kool Herc always been down to earth. It's even been times I got pictures with Kool Herc and I didn't even want to take a picture or be in a picture, and he grabbed me and said, "Yo, son, get up in this picture with us." And I was like, all right. Kool Herc told me, can't say no to that, man. I mean, he's mad cool. Some people out there say that he want money for taking pictures. I don't know. People is always gonna be talking, you know what I mean? But at least in my experience, man, he's the coolest dude and deserves all the respect as everyone talks about and all that. And being the father of hip hop, I haven't seen him do anything to not be deserving of that title, man. You know what I mean? So shout out to Kool Herc. I mean,
word up, big up, legendary Kool Herc, man. Salute.
We need more Kool Hercs. We need more people like that, man. We need more people keeping it real and acting like it's nothing to be out there. You know what I mean? And to teach people how to handle themselves. Because if you don't teach these cats, they can learn how to rap by watching you. But if you don't teach them how to act, then they're gonna turn hip hop into something that it's not, man. You heard?
All right. Yo, what was the first album you ever bought? Like first album or tape or CD? Like what was the first joint you ever got?
Dang, that I bought? I would say
Time Machine.
I think the first one I bought that I can remember is a Cunning Linguist album. If you know who that is, the Cunning Linguist.
You know what? As crazy as it may sound, I don't think I've never heard of that.
Yeah, nah, they had one album that had some fire joints because my man, the Split Scientist I was talking about, rest in peace, he had a whole entire book full of burned CDs. And I remember there was one joint from the Cunning Linguist that he would play that it was like, yo, it's fire. And so when I went to finally buy my first album instead of ripping it, because when I'm growing up, we had LimeWire. So at that point, we had LimeWire. So I was stealing music at that point. Nowadays, everyone does the same thing, but it's not considered stealing. You know what I mean?
It's just streaming. Right. Yo, if you had a superhero alter ego, who would it be?
What do you mean? I am a superhero, man. I'm the Ybor City Phantom, son.
True.
I'll come out.
Yo, hold on, Prossess. I'm gonna have to edit this part because my daughter just opened the door. Just give me 1 second. Let me just close the door. Hold on. I'm gonna chop that out. Don't even worry about that. So, yo, I'm gonna ask you that question again. Yo, you can start. Yo, who would your superhero alter ego be and why?
So I'm already the Ybor City Phantom. That's me, man.
True.
Shout out to Mike Mass, man. He gave me that nickname because when I used to sell my CDs out in the street, Mike Mass was like, yo, come out of the alleyway, you sell a CD, you have your hoodie on all the time, even though it's 90 degrees, and then you after you sell that CD, you're gone, and like you're poof, gone. You're the Ybor City Phantom.
Alright. Dope.
And if you know, that's actually a superstition thing from the Cubans that first made Ybor City, because that's a Cuban city. That's also where the Cuban sandwich was invented. But
I didn't know.
There's actually
I love Cuban sandwich. Them Cuban sandwiches be bussin'.
Called the Ybor City Phantom, actually, in it's a Ybor City like myth or whatever you want to call it. And it's some guy who died in a construction accident in Ybor City a long time ago when they first immigrated there, the Cubans. And I guess there's like stories about him haunting certain pictures and things like that, where they have pictures of him in the background. So anyways, Mike Mass dubbed me that name, and you know what I mean, I roll with it. That's me now. That spirit of the Ybor City Phantom manifested itself into a rapper, you know what I mean? That's me. So if you have me, I actually have a lot of cartoon type of style drawings of me as if I was a superhero and stuff like that. And I actually plan to make it into an actual comic book at some point.
Dope. That'd be dope.
Available amongst the comic book world, you know what I mean?
That'd be dope. Have like an album like that, like a little flip out, like a comic book inside. That'd be dope.
And if Marvel so happen to want to take that character and run with it, that's word too.
True. Yo, man, it's gonna be a little gap right here because I'm trying to think of a question. You know what? I'm gonna chop that, but here comes a hip hop trivia question.
Oh man.
I'll give you a hip. Yo, which groups comprise the native tongues?
No, I ain't got this shit, man. You older than me, man.
Oh, you know, and when I give you the answers, and you're gonna be like, oh shit, how did I miss that? You know this. Trust me. I'll give you
boogie down shit, right?
No. Which groups comprise the native tongues collection of artists?
I don't know, man.
Yo, I'll give you the answer. You're gonna be like, damn, Zai. But yo, Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, and the Jungle Brothers.
Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds familiar. To be honest, I was never extreme fans of all of them. I listened to the music, but I never like got into it as much as like.
Don't even worry, I'm gonna chop that out. I'm gonna chop all that shit out. Don't even worry about that. Let me see if I can give you another hip hop trivia question. Wait, let me see what I get. Some of these mugs is real easy. Okay, here we go. Here goes a hip hop trivia question. What was the name of Jay-Z's first album?
I don't know. I'm gonna just guess and say Reasonable Doubt.
You got it. Yeah, you got it.
I was never even a huge Jay-Z fan, man. And to be honest, a lot of people think he's the greatest of all time.
Right.
He's alright. He's not bad. He's definitely not bad. Actually, he's dope.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's a lot of other people I'd rather listen to, man.
True. But yo, all right, you know what? Yo, Prossess. We're gonna wrap it up right now. I'm gonna give you the open mic, open floor. Tell the people whatever you want to tell them. Let them know what's going on.
Hey, yo, listen. Hey, yo, get your body broken. I ain't joking. I'm a snappy neck. Catch your breath, never. I won't let a bath die. Smash the set. Master stepping. Repping the weapon like a Western. Master check blessings. Nothing impression on my essence. Independence music. Making music. I'm taking to it. Hate to do it, but I got a burst of bubble. Breaking through it. Making fluid movements. And the sewers, it's the groovies. Those that take it will be foolish if they took it and they chew it. Who knew what to do that do it? Done cancerous future. Your jazz is maneuver, can maneuver through the shoot it, do the quick draw. It's all dry quicker than train taggers. Stain splatter, splash, smashing, cracking your brain patterns. The pain shatters. I aim fast, I change grammar, slang spin. I rain hammers, I gang jammers, I stay stand up, I'm fixed it. The decision to the stitch it. Duke my style, stay iller. Kicked in the high, getting Duke my style, stay killer.
Ooh, man,
you need to know than that, man.
Ooh, yo, you had me screw facing over here, son. Big up, dope. That was hot, yo. Boom. Well, yo, I want to thank you, Prossess, for spending some time with us on the Planet X podcast. Salute you.
Watch out for that, man. Planet X, man. I already know. You already know it's coming to you. If you don't know it's coming to you, then you know now. And I'm Prossess. I'm chilling on the Planet X podcast. You can look me up, Prossess, Prossess.
Yo, Prossess.
Platforms.
Yo, Prossess. I'm gonna edit that right there. Yo, give me that drop. Yo, give me that drop for the Planet X podcast again. But you gotta say the live from Planet X podcast.
We're live from Planet X podcast.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Got you. Ready?
Yeah. Go ahead. It's recorded. I'm gonna edit it. Go ahead.
All right. Yo, we live right now from Planet X podcast with Prossess. I'm up in the building, and we doing some real things, real big, man. This is true hip hop at its fullest. What up?
Word.